What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning US time. So come by and say hello. All right, I wanted to get into the three metrics that I will be following very closely once the new ranked rewards update is in place. Now, I'm recording this Monday night, May 30th. So this is just about, 12 to 15 hours before the new ranked rewards actually comes into place. And I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be great. And to give you the TLDW, too long didn't watch, the three are going to be the daily active users, the print rates for the rewards cards, and finally the prices of summoners. So let's go ahead and actually jump into each of those metrics and why I think they're going to be very important to watch over the next couple of weeks and maybe even months, right? Because I don't know that we're going to have very quick knee-jerk effects. That's just not how the game necessarily works. It does sometimes, but with major changes like this, I think there is a shock to the system that takes a while for people to figure out what the best kind of strategy is, whether there is a reason or incentive to play, and how that figures into everything. So with the daily active user count, we can see here that over the past, I want to say starting in April, we started dipping significantly below the 400,000 player mark. And before that, and this is what, 6 months, so this goes back into November of last year. Before that, we were, I don't want to necessarily say averaging above 400,000, but you can see we had a nice little swing here at the beginning of the year, right after Chaos Legion came through, and we had the Waka sale in February. And since that time, we've started to just tail off ever so slightly. Now, keep in mind that the starter card non-earning update only came in a week ago, so that's just like here. Just around this time, February or May 24th. So it's not like we have much data, and I'm not going to look at the last 5 days or 6 days as this decline being significant. What I really want to see is what this looks like in 1, 2, 4, 5 weeks from now, once we get a couple of seasons under our belt. And I think we can start to gain some insights as soon as these rewards hit and people start to make decisions on whether they want to continue running bots, whether they want to continue running multiple accounts. And keep in mind, just for context, that the team is trying to put these rewards in to disincentivize multiple accounts. They really want to reward people for having everything under one account. So that's just something to keep in mind. And really probably the top metric that I'll be following, because there's a lot of chatter about how many bots are actually playing the game. And again, this is not anti-bot, I'm bot neutral, but I am curious to see what the bot behavior will be, because the bots are always gonna find the exploit. You know what I mean? They're always going to find the best way to get the most value out of the game for the least amount of investment. And so just from that standpoint alone, I'll be curious to see how bot behavior changes, and then, how the team may choose to or not to respond to it based on whether they believe it's an exploit or not. I think that the update with requiring starter cards or requiring card ownership or card rentals to earn, I think that's going to go a long way. But I do think, as I've said, previously, that the effects may not be felt immediately. I think people will try to see just how much can be earned before they decide to make those crazy investments into getting all their thousands or tens of thousands of bots the cards needed to earn. And then to see at what level, right, or what league, bronze, silver, gold, would be the most ideal for earning. All right, number 2, print rates of the rewards cards. So you can see here, I'll probably end up taking some snapshots of this, but the main thing is that we are going to have a ton of new cards come into the mix, and we are also going to have the reward structure change completely. So we don't really know how many more rewards cards are going to be hitting the market, or not hitting the market, but just hitting the ecosystem every single day. The bots won't be able to easily farm them at the lower levels like they could before, but there's also potentially going to be way more rewards coming through with the amount of chests being earned across all levels. So that's the biggest unknown. The team has even said publicly that they don't know what to expect. There's a lot of unknowns that even for them are difficult to calculate or estimate. So this is going to be exciting to see. Again, what will end up happening is that the cards that are printed, almost 50% or more here that we've had since September of last year? Yeah, I believe September of last year. These cards will be diluted with the new cards coming in. And so I'll be interested to see how quickly these start to kind of find a new rate of drop, a new drop rate essentially, because that would give us a better estimate on when we can expect them to go out of print. Because as many people are probably waiting for, once they do go out of print, people expect the scarcity to become a real factor in their value, and the rewards cards have dropped significantly in value over time. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to go hit their all-time highs like they were before, or even get all the way back, even get close to the all-time highs, but I do believe that the cards that are going for pennies right now, or like the Harklaws, Jin Bilkas, like the ones that are going for like less than $2, I can't see those being that price once they're completely out of print. So knowing how fast they're being printed and getting like an estimated date on when they would be out of print will be something that I'll be following closely as well. And then finally, I'll be looking at summoner prices. Now, specifically Chaos Legion summoners, but on the whole, the idea here is that there's not enough summoners for all 300,000 to 400,000 accounts to have a full deck, or even like half a deck. I mean, when you look at this, I didn't want to do Chaos Legion. I wanted to do all of them. When you look here, I mean, the most summoners in circulation for a set is going to be Chaos Legion, and none of them at this point in time are over 50,000. You go to the previous sets, which would be Untamed, and then the mini edition for Untamed, which was Dice, and you'll see here that these are, the legendaries are under 2,000 each. I don't think there's any one of them that's over 2,000. And then we're sitting here, under 15,000 for most of the rare summoners, or 50. Well, there's one over 15,000 here with Mylar. But you can get what I'm saying, that when people are looking to create a solid team, if they want to have a nice selection of summoners, multiple across each splinter, it's just not going to happen if there's 300,000 active accounts. So either some accounts are going to have to make certain amounts of trade-offs where maybe they only have 1 or 2 splinters, and normally that's the case, right? Especially for a lot of newer players, they'll be doing that just to try and level up one or another. But will, for example, bots start to do that as well, where maybe a bot will only get 1 or 2 different splinters, and they're just going to throw away the other focus days. Do you know what I mean? So that's going to be something interesting to watch, and I think the summoner prices will tell us a lot about that, because the flip side is, if people decide to go all in, meaning that they don't just want to have one summoner or one splinter or 2 splinters, but they want to have a broad selection, and especially for Chaos Legion, then summoner prices would be the ones that I believe we'd see go up first, right? Because you can't play the monsters without the summoners. So why would you buy a bunch of leveled up monsters if you don't have the summoners to play them? So I believe if we see any kind of shifts in the market for the card supply to actually feel a supply shock, then that would be seen in the summoner prices. And we've seen that somewhat already, because, General Sloan was trading under $2 at one point in time. But at this point, there's still a lot of unknowns. And to be fair, to play devil's advocate on this as well, there's still 2/3 of the packs that are unopened, right? Not even bought, but like unopened at this point. So there's still a lot of summoners to be put into the ecosystem in the first place. That's going to make it a little difficult to tell, but the amount of packs being opened at this point has been relatively consistent, as well as the amount of packs being bought, which has kind of slowed or grinded to a halt at this point. So I don't necessarily expect that to increase, either of those to increase. I would say that the end of the airdrop will probably be the next major catalyst to see both pack sales increase as well as pack open rates increase. But either way, I will be watching all of those metrics and then obviously looking at summoner prices to be the proxy for a lot of that movement. So those are the three main things. I just wanted to share that with you of what I'll be looking at. For those of you out there who are studying this market every single day, let me know if there's something else I should be looking at. Let me know if there's something that you are looking at and that you are excited to track or think could move in a direction that gives us a lot of insight one way or another. And I would love to continue that conversation down in the comments section below. All right, guys, have an amazing end of season. Have a great new season. I will be live at some point tomorrow to celebrate the new season, to try it out. And yeah, I will catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.